Hello, I'm Maddie Harvey from Maddie Harvey Designs. I'm a knitwear designer and knitting teacher based in Edinburgh. I love designing knitting patterns and knitting kits and putting together online knitting events to help knitters develop their creativity and confidence. So I'm going to show you quite a few things. I'm going to start with the kits that I have for sale at the moment, and then I'll show you some patterns, and then I'll tell you about some workshops that are happening in the coming month or two. Okay, so I think I'll just start at the top here. This is my soft-hearted hat. With the kit you get the yarn to make the hat and a copy of the pattern as well. So this is a garter stitch and slip stitch hat done in two colours with a pom-pom. The pattern comes in 3 sizes, so this is actually the large. It looks quite big on this hat, on this head here, and there's lots of different colour combinations for that one. So it only takes 3 balls of the Jamieson and Smith jumper weight, so that's a really good value project and quite a quick knit. So that's 4 ply. And obviously you can go for quite a bold combination like this mustard and grey one, or you can have a more subtle. This one is the light pink and light grey. You can see it almost looks like quite a different design altogether. So it's got slip stitches and lace. So there's lots of different colour combinations over there on the online shop. So you can find all the links to my online shop for kits and patterns and booking workshops at maddieharveydesigns.com. So that's the soft-hearted hat. And then I'll move on to mitts. So these are the rose thorn mitts. We've got this really interesting pattern on them. It's a slip stitch pattern again, done in 2 colours, and these are done in Aran weight. So it's the Aran weight yarn from Jamieson and Smith, and they come in 3 sizes again. They're very interesting to knit. It's a really cool pattern the way it comes out as you're knitting it. So there's 3 colour options for that one. You get 1 ball of each. This is the Jamieson and Smith Shetland Aran weight. So you can have a blue colour combination. There is the grey and mustard, or there's the red and cream, which is the ones the sample are made in. So that's the rose thorn mitts. So there's kits for those in the online shop. And then we'll move on to the shawls. So the first one I'll show you is this one, which is called Loey. It is done again in the Jamieson and Smith jumper weight, so that's 4 ply. And it's done in 3 sections. So you start with this middle section, which is done side to side. So it's quite straightforward. It's a garter stitch rib with these eyelets, and you make this triangle in the middle, and then you pick up stitches to do this, or this border first, this one in the same patterning, and then you do this one with the contrast colour in the lace. So this is obviously pink and orange combination. There are some other combos on the that you can choose from, and again that comes with the pattern as well. Oh, I can see something's just dropped on the floor. So the next one to show you is, this is called the Lonin shawl. So this is a really big triangle. I can see the light is changing as I hold it out. That's probably quite a true representation of that mustard colour. So this is knitted from the tip up to the bottom, and it's really a nice big shawl. And this one comes as a kit with the pattern and the yarn. So this one is done in the Jamieson and Smith lace weight, held with a strand of mohair silk, and this is by Rico Yarns. So you hold them together and it creates a lovely fabric. It's very cosy and it has a really nice halo on it. And the patterning is done with a slip stitch pattern and a travelling stitch cable, and it's got the little eyelets and these little motifs. And I should say that my patterns, if there's anything that's a wee bit different, or a stitch that I think is slightly on the fiddly side or that people might not have heard of before, there is a YouTube video tutorial to help you with those. So that there is a video that shows you how to do these little motifs here. So there are a few colour options for this one. So this is a lovely kind of bluey grey combination, and you get 3 balls of the mohair lace and 4 balls of the Shetland lace. Here's some samples knitted up in the different colours. So this is the blue. So it's a kind of navy mohair held with the blue lace weight, so it's got a slightly mottled effect. This one is the teal. So again, you do get this slightly mottled effect because the two yarns are not an exact match, which I just think is lovely. And this is the purple, marled purple, purpley pink, which is gorgeous and vibrant. And there's a couple of other options there in the shop as well. So that's the Lonin shawl. Now the Lonin shawl is actually part of a collection that I did in 2019 called Shawl Saturday, and it has got 5 shawl patterns in it. So you have the option, if you want the Lonin shawl, to also get the patterns for the other shawls in that collection when you buy the kit for this, or if you like the look of this but you've already got some yarn, you can just buy the pattern collection by itself. So the other patterns that come with the Lonin shawl, if you want to buy the collection of patterns, is, let's start here with this. So this is Winter Lights. This is knitted side to side with a main skein of 4-ply and 3 20-gram mini skeins, or you can do it with 10-gram mini skeins if you've had an advent calendar over Christmas and you weren't sure what to do with it. That's a great one. So that's Winter Lights. These are all available as single patterns as well, but if you buy the collection, it's really good value. It's £13 for the 5 shawl patterns. So that was Winter Lights. That was the winter pattern, funnily enough. Lonin, this one was the autumn pattern. This is the summer pattern. This one is called Centaurea, and it starts end to end, and it's got the slip stitch and garter stitch with the diamond patterns and a larger pattern in the middle, and then you knit to the end here, and it's got this really fun lattice tassels, and there's a video that shows you how to do that as well. So that's a nice summer one. It's knitted in Holstgarn Coast, which is 50% wool and 50% cotton, so it's a nice blend, that one. And then this was the spring shawl. So this one is called Make Anew. They're all 4-ply or sort of heavy lace weight. So this one is stripy, starts with the middle section and then has a plain slip stitch section there and a stripy lace section here. So it's quite long and narrow, it's maybe a bit more scarf-like, but doing it in the different sections helps to keep your interest. And then the last one that comes with that collection is the Principia shawl, which was a sort of bonus extra shawl. It's knitted in 3 parts. So you start with this central section here with slip stitches, and this is done in a kind of heavy lace weight and then a mohair lace weight. And you have this section which has got the same patterning. It's kind of hard to see in this light. And then you have a section here with slip stitches and something that I call double pass. So it's just knitting single rows of one colour and then swapping to the other one. And this one has a knitted on border of triangles along the bottom. So those are the other patterns that come in the collection. With this one, if you want to have that as an option, it's very good value for the 5 patterns if you wanted to do that. Okay, so that's all the kits that I have. I also sell patterns individually, so I'm just going to show you a few of those just now. They're also available on my website, which is maddieharveydesigns.com. So I'll start with something nice for the spring. This is called Quiescence, and it's knitted in double knit weight yarn. And again, this one starts at a corner and it's got this little motif which is representing a little seed, and it's the theme of the shawl is all about growth, and quiescence is the state that a seed is in when it's waiting to grow in the soil. So you repeat that pattern, and then at the end it's got some really simple short rows. See where those eyelets are, just to extend the shape and make it more wearable, and then it's got some fun tassels on the end. So that one's called Quiescence, and it takes 200 grams of double knit weight yarn. So that one's in my Ravelry and Payhip stores, but you can get to all those from my website. And then another one that's nice for spring is the Little Golden Moments shawl. So I've got two here. I'll show you this one first. This one is in 4-ply, and it takes two different colours, so two colours, 100 grams of each. This one is actually done with a 4-ply and a lace weight mohair. So it's striped with slip stitches, and it has this little clam stitch motif, which there's a video tutorial to show you how to do. So it's quite a traditional top-down shawl, and then you swap over the colours to do the clam stitches again, and then at the bottom it's got this amazing edging to create this scalloped edge. So it's really a pretty one for spring. This one is done in two different colours of 4-ply or fingering weight yarn. And this is one that actually would look great with a variegated yarn and a solid. And you can see this one has blocked a bit with more of a scallop than the one with the mohair yarn. So that's Little Golden Moments. And then I'll show you, I've got a couple of garment patterns that you might be interested in. So the one I'm wearing is called Cora Lynn. It's a double knit weight textured jumper. It comes in 9 sizes, and it has a travelling stitch motif with these horizontal braids, and it comes with a couple of different hem options. So the one I'm wearing is the very cropped one. I always wear it tucked in my jeans at the front, and it has a dipped hem at the bottom, so the back is a bit lower. And then there's a longer version you can do, but you can work the dipped hem with either of those lengths as well. So that's Cora Lynn. And then the one I have here, this is my Amma sweater, which is also double knit, but this one uses a couple of skeins of variegated double knit for the yoke and the colour block sleeves and body. So this is called Amma. This one is done in yarn from the Wool Kitchen. So it's a really good one for if you've got some special skeins of double knit. You can use them up here. You can even do the sleeves, use a different double knit for here than up here. You can play about with that. But that one's been very popular. There's a lot of projects for that one on Ravelry if you wanted to go and look and see what it looks like on different people and what different colour combinations people have picked, because that's always interesting to see. And then the last thing to tell you about is workshops that I have coming up. So next Sunday I am running 2 workshops. They're all run via Zoom, and the tickets are through Eventbrite, but again you can get to that through my website maddieharveydesigns.com. So I have 2 workshops next weekend. So the first one is for doing the double pass technique, which I was telling you about in the Quinsithia shawl here, which is a really fun technique. It is good for if you have ever tried knitting 2-colour brioche and found it really difficult, or you fancy learning 2-colour brioche but you're a little bit apprehensive. This is a good kind of stepping stone towards that, because it uses a similar technique but it's much simpler. So that's called double pass. So there's a workshop about that, and then the other workshop is a shawls workshop, and it's to do with edgings. So we'll be covering 3 different edgings during that workshop, including this triangular knitted on edging. So you can find the links for that over on my website, where you will also find a link to sign up to my mailing list. Sign up to my mailing list at the moment, you'll get a free cowl pattern. This is the SOS cowl. It's designed to use up little scraps of yarn or stuff out of advent calendars, that kind of thing. So that's a free pattern when you sign up to my mailing list at maddieharveydesigns.com. I hope you enjoy the rest of the Waltham Abbey wool show, and I will see you around on social media where I'm at Harvey Knits. Okay, thanks. Bye.